elephant in the room. The massive disappointment of the presidential election. Y'all know the results, so I don't have to talk in specifics about what happened. I really hope nobody is finding out via Planners and Wine the results of the
A week
presidential
and a half
election.
later.
Because if you are, please turn this off and seek help, because we should not be your we can be your number one stop for like dumb celebrity news, but not for news of this magnitude. You know, maybe if you're in another country or something, I can see it a little bit better. But if you in the United States, come on, y'all.
Right.
But yeah,
even in a different country, like this is the free world. I'm putting in quotes now. Like the whole world was fucking watching. So yeah, there's no way.
I them a bone, but you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. No bones will be thrown anymore. Yeah, let's just talk about our feelings and hopefully because that's as much as I got as far as offering other people any type of comfort, because I'm still trying to cope and rationalize how I'm feeling about this. And honestly, like, I feel like I'm such a rational person. I need stuff to make sense. I need stuff to be fair. And when things are unfair and they don't make sense, I can not cope. And that's how I feel like I've been feeling like this whole week. Like, I stayed up all night Tuesday night. I literally could not sleep. I was tossing and turning. I kept checking the results on my phone, and even when it started to seem a little bleak, I was still trying to be hopeful. And then maybe around like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, it really set into me that she wasn't gonna win. And I just had a breakdown. I just cried in my husband's arms, and I just let it all out because I literally felt so low and just so hopeless in that moment. And it just felt not real. And then I was kind of mad at myself for being so hopeful about it, because I was like, did I just set myself up for failure? Like, like, did I just live in an echo chamber for these last few months? Like, why did I have so much faith in this? Like, why did I believe this so bad? I still feel that to an extent. I don't feel it as much right now. I haven't cried since Wednesday. But I've definitely been going through different phases of sadness and just absolute just rage over this. And we're not even really in it yet because he's not even president yet. So I feel like I'm just gonna have this like feeling of like dread in my body until at least January, when it's all said and done. It's kind of like if somebody close to you passes away, it's like you can't really grieve and start to move on into the funeral. And that's how I feel. I feel like we're in the phase of somebody passed away and we're just waiting to the funeral. And in this case, like, the funeral is January when he becomes president. And it's like until then, we're just in this space of like sadness and just not knowing how to like feel and grieve and move on, you know. And if you listen to this and you think I'm being dramatic, this is not the podcast for you. Okay, go ahead, turn me off. But yeah, that's just kind of initially how I've been feeling.
It's funny you mentioned a funeral, because I was listening to another podcast where they felt like election night is like being in the hospital room where you don't know if a loved one is going to make it or not. And getting the results that basically our loved one did not make it,
right,
is what all of Wednesday felt like for me.
Yeah.
It's just, I also had the feeling of like, because we're rational people. Having that thought of like, dang, why did I have so much hope? Before Biden stepped down, that Remblance, like, he need to step down, that era of time. I guess it feels so long ago, but it was only like 100 plus days ago. But yeah. But I was even thinking then, like, I don't want him to, because I know this country, because either y'all are going to try to skip Kamala, who rightfully, if he does step down, should take up that mantle. But also knowing that Kamala is a Black woman had me like, But of course, like, when it did happen and, we kind of unified and like allegedly got behind her, I feel like, okay, we can roll with this. I'm okay with that. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
And playing a lot of Monday morning quarterback of like, dang, did I get my hopes up in thinking that America was gonna do the right thing?
Mm.
But also I got to the point where I'm like, I'm not gonna feel shame for having hope.
Right.
Because
Right.
she could not have done anything better. She
I truly
did
believe
an
that.
amazing job with what the time she had, as all
Mm-hmm.
black women do. We gonna come through and pull through and make things right. It Nothing she did,
Yeah.
could have changed the outcome. So now I'm in the rage phase.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. Um, it just it just feels very unfair, and I just feel very played by this country because like you said, like initially I was very nervous. I'm like, if I know America, they're not going to elect a black woman as president, especially
Especially
at
if they
such a
skipped over a white woman.
yeah, especially at such a divisive time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I really let hope take over. And like you said, I'm grateful that I did. I'm grateful that I didn't spend the last 100 days, doom and gloom, being negative Nancy about all this. Like, we're just not those people anyway. And anybody, look, y'all should know firsthand, anybody who has been in my DMs before this who were negative Nancy, got thoroughly cussed out and blocked because I don't have no time for that. Like, let me be happy. Let us be excited. And I really hate that there was a little bit of that going on leading up to this. But with the amount of like donations she was bringing in and the excitement and the feeling was just feeling like 2008. Like, it was just like
Mm-hmm.
everything was looking up. And I just kind of let myself forget for a minute that every time this country has a huge moment of progress, we always end up taking steps backwards before we take that huge leap forward. And this outcome is a humongous step backwards. I might feel differently in a few months. Right now I don't have a great amount of hope on what's to come, to be totally honest. I'm just trying to be a realist right now. So I hope nobody tuned in being like, okay, Clarence Wine's gonna make us feel better. We're not gonna make you feel better, because I don't feel better. I can't make it. We can't make you feel better if we don't feel better. And also, it's it needs to stop being black women's jobs to make everybody feel better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, stop. I know y'all stopped DMing me because I don't answer. Stop DMing my friend to hold your hand through shit. That is upsetting me and my homegirls that y'all do that.
Yeah,
Y'all still fucking do that to this day.
to
I
this
think you
day.
got a message up until election day.
I got a messages on election day.
Stop fucking doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm specifically talking to you. Stop doing that. I'm sure you mean well, but we don't
For sure.
care.
Mm-mm.
That you are putting so much on one person to make you feel better.
Right.
You're an adult. Manage your own feelings.
Mm.
It's not up to Megan Myra to manage your feelings.
I'm gonna let you cook. You ain't stuttered. You ain't stuttered.
That makes me
Yeah.
so upset.
Mm-hmm.
I get why it stopped for me, because y'all already know y'all not going to get an answer for 30 calendar days.
Truly.
So I just need y'all to know that Meg's on her 30 calendar days too. Like,
Yeah.
leave her alone.
Yeah. Literally. I mean,
Stop it. Get
after
some help.
after the results came in on Wednesday, I definitely ignored. I'm just ignoring messages at this point about it, because here's the thing. Like, I definitely have people in my real life off of the internet to commiserate with. I think
Mm-hmm.
everybody needs people in their real life to commiserate with, not just people on the internet. not just people on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, like, you know, being on Threads right now has offered me a little bit of relief to know that I'm not crazy for feeling like this. Being on TikTok right now has been a huge, like, comedic relief through all of this. But at the same time, like, I'm not dependent on strangers on the internet to give me hope or to make me feel better or to, you know, make this make sense. And like, just because you like have communication with people, it doesn't mean that they are truly the people in your life. And like you said, it's just a burden to put on strangers. It's a
Yeah,
burden, especially Black women.
especially Black women.